Hi, I'm Janae Devika with Cafe Janae, and today we're going to make a buckwheat granola breakfast cereal. It's very easy. First we start out with whole buckwheat. There's several different kinds of buckwheat. You can get toasted buckwheat or just plain raw buckwheat, and we want the raw kind. All you're going to do is put it in a bowl, cover it with water, and let it sit overnight. And then in the morning, drain it off and rinse it, and what you have is some nice soft buckwheat that looks like that. We're just going to put this in a big bowl that we can mix it in, and then we're going to make the syrup that goes along with the buckwheat granola. In the syrup, we're going to put grade B maple syrup, which is very high in minerals, and we're also going to put some vanilla, natural sea salt, and a spice called cardamom. Cardamom is a spice that's very sweet and aromatic, and we're going to add some pepper in with that. Now, most people wouldn't think to add black pepper into granola, but the combination of black pepper and cardamom is just very delicious together, and it creates a really flavorful aromatic combination for our breakfast granola. Now, along with the maple syrup, we're going to add some stevia powder for sweetness. Stevia is an herb that is a lot sweeter than sugar, but it doesn't have any calories and it doesn't have any carbohydrates. So if you're diabetic or if you have problems with blood sugar, stevia is a great way to go. And we put the stevia in there just to make it a little bit sweeter without adding the carbs. Also, we're going to add some almond extract. And then we'll just mix this up. And it makes a nice syrup that we're going to pour over the buckwheat to make the granola. The next step is to pour the syrup over the buckwheat, and we're just going to mix this up until the syrup completely coats the buckwheat. As I'm mixing this, I just want to tell you a little bit more about buckwheat. Buckwheat is a gluten-free grain-like seed, so people think it's a grain, but it's actually a seed. It's gluten-free, so if you have celiac disease or if you need to stay away from gluten, this is a great grain to use. And when you bake it, like we're going to do with this granola, it gets really crispy and crunchy, kind of like Rice Krispie treats. That's the kind of texture it has. And it's still a whole grain, and it's very healthy for you, very high in fiber, very high in minerals and B vitamins. It's just a great thing to eat for breakfast. Okay, the next step is to pour the mixture of buckwheat and syrup onto a baking sheet. And all we're going to do is put this in the oven that's been preheated to about 250 degrees, and we're going to bake it in the oven until it's dry and crispy. Now, we want to keep the temperature of the oven down. We don't want it up too high. Basically, we just want to dry out the buckwheat. We don't want to cook it. So that's why we keep it down to the lowest temperature possible in the oven. As you're cooking it, you'll just want to stir it every 15 minutes to make sure that it's evenly distributed and that the heat and the drying effect is getting to all the buckwheat. All right, once we take the buckwheat granola out of the oven, we put it in a bowl, and then we're going to add some dried cherries that we've chopped into small pieces. We're going to add some coconut and some slivered almonds. Now, make sure the coconut you use is non-sulfured. You want it non-sweetened, non-sulfured, because the sugar and the sulfur in regular grocery store coconut is not good for you. So just go to your health food store and you can find non-sulfured, non-sweetened coconut. To maximize the health benefits of this granola, make sure that you purchase non-sulfured, non-sweetened coconut. You can get that at the health food store. You also want raw almonds that have not been roasted or salted, and you want non-sulfured, non-sweetened dried cherries. With just a little bit of effort, you can have an instant breakfast ready for you whenever you need something on the go, and you can eat this with almond milk, with yogurt, with pudding, and it's a high fiber, low sugar, healthy buckwheat breakfast granola that you can have anytime. I'm Janae Devika from Cafe Janae, and today we've made some buckwheat granola that's healthy, full of fiber, and ready to go. It's so good.